you know, we gotta set the mood with a little candle. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna need fall to hurry up so I can get more fall candles, because all of my candles are like super freaking low and I'm real upset. I'm gonna put that to the side. I just want the smell, but I don't want to see it, you know. All right, hey guys, so I'm finally back and we're doing another book video today. It was actually my summer TBR for 2019, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I have about 9 books that I'm going to be talking about. We have some audiobooks, we have some physical copy books, and yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. A lot of these books are going to be like from different genres. I have some thrillers, I have horror novel thrown in there, I have some books about feminism, and yeah, I'm just going to jump into it. So we have It by Stephen King. Now, I've already read this. I read it last summer, but I wanted to read it again just because It Chapter 2 comes out in September and I just want to refresh my memory. And yeah, plus it's one of my favorite books now, which is very weird for me because it's been a long relationship between me and Stephen King's It. I used to hate it. It was my childhood trauma. I watched it with my aunt when I was like 4 years old, and I've been terrified ever since. Tim Curry with the clown makeup is just yikes. But when the It movie came out, I fell in love, had to read the book, fell in love with the book, and yeah, now it's one of my favorites and I'm excited to be reading it again for this summer. And yeah, hopefully I'll get through it before September. So yeah, the second book that I'm going to be talking about actually isn't with me. It's an audiobook, and it is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, this is the 4th book in the Raven Cycle series, and I have been loving this series so much. I actually read her Linger series, they're way back here, but I read her Linger series when I was in high school a couple of years ago, and those were some of my favorite books. I used to read a lot of YA and YA fantasy, and those were my favorites. And so when I heard about the Raven King, I mean, not the Raven King, when I heard about the Raven Cycle, I was like, I have to read this because I heard so many good things. Read them, I'm in love. So I'm on the 4th and final book for this series, and I'm really excited to finally read it, to see how the series concludes and what happens to all my favorite characters. So yeah, also I heard that there is a TV show in the making for this series, so I'm really excited for that as well. The next book that I'm going to be talking about, I actually have in physical form, which I have been waiting to read this book for a while now. I always see it in the store and I would always gravitate to it, and I wanted to buy it just because the cover is so pretty, and I read the synopsis like a long time ago. It's been on my Goodreads want to read list for a while now, and I finally got it the other day, and it is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. And I actually started reading it already. I'm on page 158 and I love it so far. I know there is the sequel that is coming out in January, I believe, and so when I get done with this one, I'm just gonna be waiting for the next one, I guess. And yeah, really excited about that. The next book that I'm going to be talking about, I actually have in physical form as well. It is The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. And this is another book that has been on my want to read list for a while now. And I finally bought it the other day, and I'm really excited to finally get into it. It is another sort of fantasy novel, I guess, but I don't believe it's YA. I think it's more like mid-adult. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that one as well. And then the next book that I'm going to be talking about, I actually have in physical form as well, and this is the last book that I actually have in physical form. So yeah, all the rest are audiobooks. The next book that I'm going to be talking about is actually Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Chow? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah, this is another book that has been on my want to read list for a while now, finally getting around to reading it. So I actually have a second Stephen King novel in my TBR for this summer, and it is Elevation by Stephen King. And this is one of his short stories, I believe, came out last year or the year before, and I've been wanting to read this for a while as well. I always see it on the shelf, and I love the cover, how it's like the galaxy. And yeah, as you can see here, I'm a little bit of a King head. I have a lot of Stephen King novels, and yeah, finally excited to read this one and see how it is. The next book that I'm going to be talking about is Girls Burn Brighter by, I don't want to mispronounce this, but I'm gonna butcher it, sorry. Shobha Rao, I think that's how you say it. Which is a book that I have not been wanting to read for a while. I actually found it like 2 weeks ago on Google because I was trying to get together my Goodreads summer challenge, which I gave up on because I couldn't find books for it. But I was trying to find a book that had to do with different cultures, and this is one of the books that popped up on Google, and I saw that it won a Goodreads challenge, I believe in 2018 or 2017, and I read the synopsis. It is about two girls from India, I believe, and their friendship. It has to do with human trafficking, domestic abuse, immigration, about a lot of issues that are prominent for today. And you know, as a woman, I think it's good to have books like these that discuss these issues. And so yeah, I'm really excited to read Girls Burn Brighter, and I hope it is as good as all the reviews I see. The next book that I'm going to be reading is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, I actually read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo in May, and it was a really great book. I actually wish that I had read it for June since it's Pride Month. But I would say if you haven't read it, then definitely read it. I think it is a great LGBTQ plus book. And yeah, I was really excited when I found out that she had written Daisy Jones and the Six, which is also on a lot of bestseller lists right now. Yeah, I actually found out this book first. And then I heard that it was coming out, but it hadn't come out yet, and so I've been waiting for it to come out. Hopefully I like it as much as I liked Evelyn Hugo. The last book that I'm going to be talking about is actually Vox by Christina Doucher, and I'm really excited to read this book simply because my manager recommended it to me, and she said it was really good, so yeah. I read some reviews on it, and it seems like it has a really great response. So yeah, I have that on audiobook as well. And that's it for my TBR for this summer. I do have two books that I unofficially am going to be reading this summer, but I didn't add them to my TBR just because I know that I might not finish them. So it's kind of an ongoing thing for me. And the books are Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin, which is about the Targaryens. The second book is A Storm of Swords, also by George R. R. Martin, which is the third book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. And so yeah, those books are really long, so I'm kind of like, they're just in the back burner for me right now. Eventually I will finish them. Eventually it'll happen. But yeah, I want to finally get through the Song of Ice and Fire series because I've been reading it for so long now. I've probably been reading it for like 3.5 years. I think I got the books 4 Christmases ago, or 3 Christmases ago. I can't remember, but it's been a long time. I spent like a year and a half just on book 2 alone. So yeah, those are my unofficial books for the summer and my TBR for the summer 2019. My reading goal for this year is to reach 50 books. Last year I think I hit 30, and yeah, this year's 50, and I'm only on book like 13, I think. I have a ways to go, but yeah, I hope you guys like this. Jeez, I hope you guys like this video. Please leave your TBRs below and maybe I'll add something to mine. And if not, I just want to read what everyone's TBR is for this summer. I know mine are kind of a little bit unconventional, I guess, just because mine aren't like summer reads, I guess. Mine are a lot of fantasy, horror, thrillers. Well, I don't really have much thrillers, which is weird because I've been reading a lot of thrillers this year, but you know what, it's fine. Maybe it's time to take off for thrillers for a while. Get into some other books. But yeah, please leave comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.